So hi everybody, and today I'm going to sort of break down the sun salutations for you. So the sun salutation is the foundation of most practices, and particularly in my practice, which is Ashtanga, I will practice the Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B, Surya Namaskara, and I will do 5 Sun Sal A's and 5 Sun Sal B's daily. So basically, when you sort of flow in any sort of vinyasa type class, you will do a sun salutation at some point, based on your teacher. So I'm going to break down the fundamentals of the Surya Namaskara A today. Okay, so if you have a yoga mat, you are going to be needing a little bit of space for arms, to float the arms up, maybe in front or behind, to the sides, not behind. And we're going to start at the front of our mats. Okay, so the sun salutation is a very warming practice. So you will warm up your body and you will become flexible, more supple with each round that you do. So what I would suggest is begin keeping the knees bent and see how you go, and feel sort of if you can straighten the legs with each round a little bit more. As the body warms up, the hamstrings will become more flexible as we flow. Okay, so starting at the top of our mats, and we're going to start with our feet slightly apart, hip distance maybe. So as you begin, I want you to try and draw the toes in towards the midline, so the outer edges of your feet are parallel to the sides of your mat. Okay, and we begin with Tadasana, so palms facing forwards, and get a sense of grounding down through your feet. So grounding down, imagine that you have roots on your feet, the roots are being drawn down into the ground. And generate some length through the spine at this point, so tilt the pelvis under. Try and create that sort of neutral spine. So we're not sticking our bottoms out, we're kind of lengthening the spine, tilting the pelvis under. Good, so beginning in Tadasana, we will start, okay? So we inhale, we take the arms up above, and the arms come into prayer. Okay, so let's take 3 breaths here, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling the same way, so seal off the mouth. And get a sense of inhaling, lengthening. So we lengthen through the fingertips. Okay, one more breath here, inhaling. And exhale, release the arms down to your sides. Okay, so if you feel like when you take the arms up into the air, that the shoulders feel a little bit tight, a little bit crunchy, then play around with taking the arms forwards. Okay, so hands by your sides, inhale the arms, palms facing each other, and hands come overhead into prayer. Now at this point, if you feel like your arms are sort of touching the ears, the shoulders are coming a little bit too high, simply relax the shoulders back down. So the creases of the shoulders are away from your ears. Take 3 more breaths here, inhaling. Exhale, keep that pelvis tucked under, navel drawing in towards the spine. So we're firing up the abdominals, creating a nice, firm, strong structure. One more breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling, release the arms forwards this time. So play around with the arms to begin with and get a sense of what is going on in the shoulder girdle. What feels good for you may not feel good for another. So this is all about your practice, how you're going to be flowing through. You don't always have to do what the yoga teacher says. You don't have to copy them completely in class. You don't have to flow with their movement if it's not comfortable for your body. Okay, so it's all about body awareness. So the next part of our Surya Namaskara, the Sun Salutation. So we take the arms into the air, inhaling. Okay, so if you're going arms to the side, we would then exhale the arms back down to the sides. Then we bend the knees. We float down towards the ground. So we're forward folding. Keep the arms down on the ground, hands to the mat. Okay, so knees are bent. You may want to take a block at this point. So if you have 2 blocks or books, maybe if you're at home, you don't have the equipment, we take the 2 blocks, okay? So we are at the front of our mats and our hands are going to come down from the forward fold. So we're standing grounded, inhaling, the arms come up. And as you exhale, we bend the knees. We're folding, hinging from the hips. And the hands would come onto the blocks. Okay, at this point, if you feel you can straighten the legs, do so. But readjust the hands so that you are comfortably stretching out the hamstrings, lengthening the spine. So we're forward folding, the head comes towards the shins. If your legs are apart, we're gazing between the shins, between the legs. Then we inhale, we rise to a halfway lift. So the knees are still bent at this point, hands maybe on the block or on the ground. You want to slide your fingertips up your shins to activate the lower back. So we're keeping the back nice and flat. In order to do this, you have to readjust the pelvis, so tilt the pelvis under accordingly. Engaging the lower back, so halfway lift. As you exhale, we are going to bend the knees. Here comes the second part, or third part, okay? We are going to take a step back, so right foot goes back, then the left foot goes back. We're in a high plank. Okay, so nice flat back once more. You can lower your bottom down, but then flatten the back again once more. High plank. So we take a breath here, inhaling. And as you exhale, we drop the knees for beginners. The feet come flat to the mat. Then we slightly go forwards with the head and the chest. Just chin down onto the mat. And then we take an inhale, we rise into Cobra. Okay, so we have a back bend going on here. So Cobra, we took the elbows in towards your torso. Trying not to hunch the shoulders up. We slide the shoulder blades down the spine. Gazing forwards. Chin nice and level to begin with. As you exhale, bend the knees, lift. And we lift up the hips into downward facing dog. Okay, first downward dog of the day, keeping the knees bent. Maybe pedaling the knees. So downward facing dog, hands are shoulder width apart. We have the index finger pointing directly up the mat, so readjust your palms accordingly. Turn the fingers out, nice and widely spread fingers. Activate through the palms, grip with the fingertips, and the chin comes down towards the chest, gazing between the feet. Okay, don't worry about getting the heels down completely, particularly if you have tight hamstrings. Keep a good bend in the knees. Okay, so the next part, here we go. So for beginners who struggle with mobility with their hips, maybe drop the knees at this point. Okay, we're coming forwards. We're going to come into a standing forward fold. So what I would recommend here is remove the right hand, lift the hand off the ground, step forwards with the right foot, place the hand back down, and draw the left foot to meet the right. Okay, hip distance with the feet. Okay, we're taking the forward fold once more. Forehead comes down towards the shins. Okay, you've got a deep bend in the knee. You're using the blocks. Hands come onto the blocks. Head comes towards the knees. Inhale, halfway lift. And then we exhale. We fold once more. Okay, I'm going to bend the knees at this point. I'm sweeping the arms forwards and I'm rising back to standing mountain pose. And we exhale the arms back down to our sides. Okay, so there is the Sun Salutation A. So you may want to play this back at some point. But let's go again one more time. We're going to go slow to begin with. This time I want you to try and keep the toes together. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. So Tadasana, we are grounding down through the feet. So like soldiers standing straight, tilt the pelvis bone under. Hands by our sides, palms facing forwards. Inhaling the arms into mountain pose. Palms touching. At this point, lift the head, gaze towards the thumbs. Okay, then we exhale, the arms sweep down. Bend the knees. We're taking a swan dive. So we're forward folding, hands down onto the ground. Head comes towards the shins. Then we inhale for a halfway lift. Okay, so take your fingertips to shins at this point. Rise up far enough to feel those back muscles activate. Gaze forwards, halfway lift. Exhaling, bend the knees, hands come back down. Step back with the left foot this time. Then back with the right. We're in a high plank. Good, remembering we're coming back down onto the mat. We're going to take a breath in at this point before exhaling, dropping the knees. Chest, chin down. Inhaling into Cobra. So taking the back bend, sliding your shoulders away from your ears. As you inhale, bend the knees, push the bottom back. Tuck the toes under. Lift the knees and the hips. And readjust your feet into downward facing dog. Okay, pedaling. So let's take 3 breaths here. So everything that we do with the Sun Salutation, we synchronize to the breath. So we inhale, take an upward movement with the arms. And as we exhale, we are moving the body down. So folding forwards. We do on an exhalation. One more breath here, inhale. And as you exhale, drop your knees. Okay, this is for beginners. Remove the left hand out of the way. We're drawing that left foot between the hands where the hand would be. We're lifting back. The right foot meets the left. We take the forward fold. Head comes down towards the shins. We inhale, fingertips, shins, halfway lift. And we exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forwards and up. Mountain pose. Exhaling the hands to heart center. Sun Salutation A. Okay, so with the breath, we move. We take an inhalation, the arms come up. An exhalation, the arms come down. We fall forwards. We swan dive into a forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, lifting and rising up with the body. Exhaling, bending down, stepping back, right foot, then with the left. Exhale, knees, chest, chin down. Inhale, Cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Let's go a little bit faster. Okay, so for those of you who want us to try floating the foot forwards, it's good to lift the leg. So we're in a three-legged dog. Then we step forwards towards the hands, the middle of the hands with the right foot. Draw the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Inhaling halfway. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms forwards and rise. Standing. Exhaling the arms down. Inhaling, arms come up. Let's do one more. As you exhale, arms down to the sides. Swan dive, exhaling. Forward fold, knees bent. Inhale, halfway. Exhaling, stepping back. Left foot, then the right, high plank. Okay, so try something different here. We're going to inhale, take a breath. And as you exhale, we're going to try a little push down. Chaturanga. Okay, so with Chaturanga, we bend the elbows, drop the chest, then the thighs come onto the ground. Inhaling, Cobra. Exhaling, lift the legs off the ground, push back, down facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, inhaling. Exhale, good. 2 more breaths, inhaling, draw navel into spine. Exhaling, 1 last breath. Inhale. Exhaling. So again, we lift the left foot. We can step forwards. You want to try a little bit of sort of more intermediate sweeping flowing action into forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. And exhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms and rise. Gazing towards the thumbs, we exhale. Grounding back down into Tadasana. Good. So, keep trying that, keep going, avoiding any sort of difficult times with mobility. If you're struggling with the momentum of getting that leg through, let's resort back to the bending of the knee, dropping the knees, lift the hands, steady that leg forward, drop the hands, feet meet, forward fold, inhaling halfway, exhaling, bend the knees and rise. Good, okay, so see how you go with that. Any questions? Leave me a little comment and I will get back to you. Keep flowing, generate some heat, generate some warmth through the body and get mobile, get flexible. Thank you. Namaste everybody.